This is the delicious mushroom hot pot recipe. This is one of my favorite recipes. It's not as simple as some other recipes I'm going to show on this channel, but it can feed a large group of people, and this delicious, soothing mushroom hot pot definitely reduces anxiety. Pair it with white rice and it is just... it's so good. I'm chopping up the carrots. They were already steamed, so I'll throw them in last, but you can use raw carrots and just make sure to fry them first with the garlic and everything so they lose their stiffness early. Next, I'm going to chop up the garlic and the chilies, and frying garlic and chilies together is going to add a lot of flavor to this dish. Chop the mushrooms and the nappa. Then I'm going to wash them up to make sure they're nice and clean in my dish. You can use any kind of mushrooms for this hot pot, but definitely Shitake mushrooms I think are the best. I'm using cremini mushrooms, so any kind of brown mushrooms is going to be good, but Shitake mushrooms give you a really delicious flavor. I'm using this dry tofu, which you can find at Chinese grocery stores and corner stores, and it's wonderful in soups. This brand of it is a little bit dry, so rather than throwing it right in the frying pan, I'm gonna steam it a little bit and have it retain some water. If you can't find this tofu, you can use any kind of tofu, and I have a tofu strips recipe on this channel. If you make those tofu strips, it fries great into this hot pot. I actually use a very small amount of oil for this dish, but you can use a larger amount of oil if you want a more restaurant quality to your hot pot. So just start frying the garlic and the chilies in that small amount of oil. Once they start to go golden, you can throw in the other vegetable ingredients: mushrooms, carrots, and tofu. I would throw in the carrots first if they're raw, but since these carrots have already been lightly steamed, I'll throw them in last. Fry all the ingredients together. Feel free to add a little bit more oil if anything is sticking on the pan. You don't want your ingredients to stick. Stir it around and get all the flavors to know each other in the pot. I add soy sauce for flavor while it's frying. The amount you add is totally up to you, but I like to add at least 3 or 4 capfuls. Now that everything's braised in the pan and all the flavors have intermixed, it's time to add our cornstarch solution. This is just cornstarch and water mixed up. Make sure you're stirring it quickly and that it's at a hot temperature when the cornstarch hits your food, because it's going to make that goo sauce by hitting the heat. If it's too gooey when you add it and the cornstarch is lumping a bit, you can literally add some more water at this time when it's at a hot temperature. Stir it around and that sauce is going to come into fruition. I had a great video of me and Noli eating this dish, but it's gone now. Something got corrupted about the video file. Anyway, I love this dish. It's so soothing and it definitely reduces anxiety to have a big soup-like hot pot of delicious mushrooms, tofu, and vegetables. Pairing it with white rice just makes it one of my favorite meals. I hope you love this recipe and feel free to change it and modify it in any different way you want. If you have any comments or suggestions, get at me in the comments bar below. Thanks so much for watching my video on mushroom hot pot, and be sure to check out my other super simple recipes. Mwah.